Incoming message from Commodore Ty.
Hello, this is your Commodore, Ty Coles, your commanding officer to everything in the pop culture world, specifically the nerdy stuff. So, here's another Resident Alien review. This is Season 1, Episode 3, Secrets. This episode, as well as the previous episodes, were directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. And Star Trek fans would know his name very well as Lieutenant Tom Paris. So, we start off with a narration from our resident alien as someone's fishing on the lake. The guy fishing on the lake ends up pulling up a severed foot, completely in contradiction to what the narration is saying.
I just need to find that body before someone else does.
That's quite funny. How he's like, oh, I got time to locate the person I killed. Well, the person he killed, part of his body has been located. So we go on from there, and I've noticed that when watching the intro, we actually get hints of what the episode's going to be about, which is a nice. So we see our resident alien, and he cannot sleep. It's 3 a.m. That's usually when I go to bed myself. And he just can't sleep. And he describes the feelings pretty well. And he lists off everything he has to do.
So much to do. I have to find that body in the lake. Find my device. The pieces of my ship that broke off over the mountains. I have to kill that kid. I almost forgot about that.
And then he decides to go do some research to become a better human doctor. And he looks up circumcision.
Circumcision? What is that, eye surgery? Click. They are a savage people.
The reaction explains it enough. It's finally morning time, and he goes looking for his ship and the device that will wipe out humankind. Just at that same time, we got some rangers purposely setting off some avalanches, which is a standard practice in rocky areas. And he kind of freaks out about it. So he tries to go back to sleep. The mother of Max comes to see him, and she talks to him about, well, my son thinks you're an alien. It looks like he's going to kill her, but she's like, well, I don't believe my son, which in hindsight saves her life.
What is wrong with him? He's making things up.
You think he's lying?
Of course he's lying. Obviously not an alien.
His suggestion is for her to move out of town.
Move
What?
far away from here. A new school, a new life. If Max knows that he is never setting a foot in Colorado or the western United States again, I think that he will be a happy kid.
If I was in his position, I would be saying the same thing. He then confronts the kid, and in this scene, he really comes off as a dick. Because as the alien's talking to him, he says, go to the tallest tower and show to the rooftops that I'm an alien, because no one's going to believe you.
Tell people I am an alien. Climb to the highest tower in town and shout it to everyone.
We don't have towers, you dumb alien.
Like the alien said, it's metaphoric. And for you to take it literally, you're the ass. Because I have heard that statement many times. Shout it from the rooftops, people. Shout it from the tower. I don't care. It's a very common saying. Maybe not in the specific way he said it, but it is a saying. We're at the doctor's where the B plot is with Asta. And she, after talking to a colleague about how Canadians say her name and how it's supposed to be said, she discovers that there are prescription pads missing. So she confronts the intern.
His prescription pads laying around, there's one missing. I don't know if he took it home. He always used to keep them here. That's why you woke me up? Well, have you seen it or not? Not. I just work here for school credit.
And she discovers Harry, our alien, watching her sleep in a creepy way.
I can't sleep at night. I'm trying to learn how.
Okay, well, please stop. It's creepy.
The scene's played for laughs, and the deputy comes in to say, like, we need you. So they have a town meeting where they explain, we found a foot, there must be another dead person here, and they fail miserably trying to ease the public's mind.
This is an ongoing investigation, and all we have now is a dead foot.
That foot belongs to the guy I killed.
For all we know, it's just some hiker who got his foot ripped off by a bear.
A bear on the loose?
Also, the way that they go ahead of this, it's so bad police work. They don't have the foot properly bagged or categorized or anything. Harry just up and up take it. And also, they are storing drinks with it.
This show my 5 dead little pigs. Not to mention Liv's favorite bucket. She puts her soda pop in there.
So by the time they even did send a DNA sample of it, it would have been completely degraded, or if it went to a court, it would have been thrown out for improper handling of evidence. But I guess that's the comedicness behind it. I love the one scene with the sheriff and Harry. It's a little jab at the SJWs, the NPCs.
Let me say something. When I say he, I mean he or she. Between what is this PC bullshit anyway? Now you gotta say he, she, but he already mean he, she. You know what I mean?
Harry, deciding to help with the investigation because it would suit him a lot better, decides to trick the sheriff, and he gives a kid a circumcision and gives the foreskin to the sheriff for DNA testing.
Here you go. I'm keeping the foot so it can be stored properly.
What about me? They made my whole office smell like bad sushi.
They end up going to the lake and decide they want to dredge the entire lake. Our bartender friend and Asta, they have a women's night watching them and getting quite drunk.
Remember him dancing to Got Your Money?
Hey, hey, baby, I got some money.
The scene, first I thought it didn't really add much to the story, but I feel like it did because we got to explore their characters a little better. And already, the writers of this show have given us more character depth and development than 3 seasons of Star Trek Discovery with their supporting cast. Maybe the writers from Star Trek should take a lesson from the people that are writing Resident Alien on how to develop characters. We cut to a scene when Harry first crashed. He was in New Mexico and he didn't find the body yet to morph into or anything, and he scares the bejesus out of a cowboy. Harry just found the body and he plays tug of war with the dog, and he brings it back to his cottage just as the girls are coming in.
Are you home?
Yes, I'm home just standing here doing nothing.
The one, Asta has to use the washroom, and Darcy follows her. Typical women. Gotta go to the washroom in packs. So they go to a party where they realize it's a high school party because father and son have the same name.
Get upstairs.
Oh no, no, no. Oh my god. What do you think? Oh, party.
Asta takes her intern home because she's at the party, out of it, like completely out of it. She takes them home, and we realize Asta is her biological mother, and that she gave her up when she was an infant.
Asta, are you ready? Asta.
Which adds even more depth to the Asta character. Sheriff and his deputy came by his house, the dog ran down there. You think he found the body, which he did find the body, but because it was covered in bison meat, he just didn't get caught right then and there.
Come on, he's losing his mind. Spice.
To be honest, that meat's frostbitten. The show ends up with just Asta locks up the drawer with the prescription pads in it. We cut to a scene that's happening in New Mexico because at the end of the episode, we meet that cowboy again, and he's talking to two strangers about his story, completely exaggerating the truth, saying he fought him, and that he's making a book on him. As he's leaving intoxicated, the woman that he was talking to kills him. And the guy she was with is like, that's not our orders, and she's like, we got different orders.
Looks like you and I have different orders.
So, we're left on a dun dun dun. We got more aliens around there. Possibly a search party for Harry. So, this is really getting deep into it. Will this make Harry then side with the humans against his people? Or will he side with his people and this is the end of the human race? This is ridiculously interesting. Or could it be just a rival alien species? There's so many questions now. It's really getting in depth now. We're going to go right into it. So, for your Commodore Ty Coles, live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies closed.
Thank you for watching the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, watch one of my many other videos, and if you like what you see, you can support the channel by donating to my PayPal.
So, for Commodore Ty, live long and prosper all, and for now, until next time, the hailing frequencies are closed.